Hey everybody, welcome to our Monday Night Live that is on Tuesday because of Memorial Day. We have a very special and highly requested call tonight from Terri Richardson, who went from silver to senior ruby in the record time of 2 months. And I'm not going to tell you guys just how amazing she is because it makes her nervous. But she is amazing. And I really love talking to her and just kind of drawing out where this quick success came from. And it really makes a lot of sense when you listen to her answers. So, first of all, Terri lives in Dublin, Georgia, which is like the kind of the heart of Georgia. And you have 2 kids, right, Terri?
Mm-hmm.
And she works in radiology, married. And she has worked every single weekend of her life for the last 19 years. And she did that so that she could be present during the week with when her kids were school age and stuff like that. But she has given up every single weekend of her life for the past 19 years, and now she has an opportunity that could free her from that. So I'm sure she'll share more with you about that. All right, let me pull up the questions I had for you, Terri. So the first one is, tell us your story of how, over a period of a year, you went from a hard no to senior Ruby.
Okay. All right. Well, I met Christina, at our 20-year reunion. I graduated with Brandon, actually.
Brandon is Christina's husband.
Yes, there you go. I'm sorry about that. I'm just kidding. I met her there, and we became Facebook friends afterwards. A few months later, she messaged me about Plexus. I brushed her off, of course. And then we saw each other again, maybe like a year later. And I had been following her on Facebook for about a year. And I read most of it. Some of it was, it was kind of annoying. Some of it, I'm not even going to lie. But I was just that person. I just kept flipping through it. And then she followed up with me. And so I'm already losing focus, y'all. Okay, she followed up. And so about February this year, she followed up. So it was like a year later. And Shane and I, a few weeks before that, had been sitting in the living room talking about something that we wanted to do, something to help better our future. We didn't have much debt. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. We didn't have much debt, but we never really could do anything extra. Like if we went on vacation, we had to save up for several months, whatever. So she messaged me, and I still did not even think about it then. This was what God was putting in front of me. But my health, when I turned 40, I started putting my health first. So I jumped back on board. I had started Plexus. Y'all, I'm so all over the place. I cannot do this.
You're doing so good.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You can totally do it.
All right. Anyway, I got on board. I basically said yes, but I was not on board with the business. I was like, no, that's definitely not me. I'm not salesy. I don't do any of that. It'd be nice to have my products paid for, that kind of thing. So I talked to her about every day. She was asking me about how my products were doing, and then she invited me to this event at her house with all these people that I had no idea, never met. This girl Brittany was coming from Savannah, so I was like, okay. Well, it's 2 days before my surgery, so I was already stressed out, but something kept making me say, you know what, you're going, just go. So I went nervous, and when I left there, all the way home, it was just, I don't know, I just was like, that was awesome. All these girls, just the friendship, the atmosphere. I was just like, you know what? This might really be what Shane and I have been praying for. So I came home, we talked, and I was like, Shane, this is something about my health. This can better our health for our family. And this is something that could help us financially. And Christine had asked me, what would what would help financially. And of course, I'd set my goal to like gold. That would be great. That was all. I was just like, okay, I'm going gold. So after that event, I was all in. I just didn't know how all in I was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel better. I'm ready for round 2. Let's go.
All right, we just get warmed up. Okay, so let me just add that so a year ago when Christina met Terri, it was at Brandon's high school reunion, and Christina left that event saying to Brandon, I want her on my team. She would be fantastic at this. I want her on my team. Because Terri is a great connector. So when you see how nervous she is, which I think is super cute, because she's crazy successful, but she's super nervous because she is not like an in-your-face kind of personality. She's a very like humble and just sweet and a really, really good friend. And she asks a lot of questions because she's very interested in people and she wants to connect and get to know people. And so she met Christina that night for the first time, and she was very interested in Christina. And that's how Christina knew, I want her on my team. Okay, so she was a hard no, though. Like, hard no. Like, absolutely not. There's no way I could do that. Not for me. By the time I met Terri in March, the event she's talking about coming to Christina's house, that was in March, right before the shutdown. Actually, I think it was like right during the shutdown. Because I think they had literally that day said no more than 10 people. I think we had like 12. So I was like, don't post any pictures, y'all. But we had people come from all over, and I got to meet Terri that night. At that point, she was a silver because she just wanted her products paid for because she already loved the products, which we're going to get to in a minute. And so I think she was just coming just to do something fun and just check it out, but she was not serious at that point, although she was silver. Her goal at that point was get my products paid for because I need these products because they really had helped her. And I didn't put this in the list, Terri, but just go ahead and tell them like what the products have done for you. Like why, actually I did put this in there. Why did you believe in the product so much?
Well, I actually was a preferred customer or a regular customer with Plexus like 5 years ago. So I had started with the triplex a long time ago, never really stuck with the pink drink. Health just was not I just didn't really care. But I had horrible IBS. Within a few weeks of using the probiotic and the BioCleanse, I would not go to the bathroom for like 10 days. It was huge. Everything I did had to be based around that. So those 2 products I have not stopped taking for 5 years. So I already had belief in the product. When she even messaged me again, I was like, you know what, I need to get back on this. And then when I started out with the pink drink, that one simple pink drink, that's when everything really changed. I came off anxiety meds, which I need right now. I came off I suffer from insomnia. I never sleep, which I do now. I haven't taken Tylenol or Motrin in probably 2 months, and I just had back surgery. I'm hypoglycemic. I used to get up in the middle of the night every single night. We called her Juanita, the one who got up in the middle of the night. And I would eat sweets, drink milk. I don't do that anymore, which is huge. This is something I've done all the time, but I would just be so thirsty from my sugar messed up. So I don't deal with any of that now. So I have 100% belief in these products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So when you left Christina's house that night, when we were on the phone the other day, I asked you, because I knew that was when you had made a decision. Now, I thought it was because of the spectacular training that was provided that night, but apparently it wasn't. Because when I asked you, what was it about that night that made you leave making a decision? And you said it was the culture, because you said that, where you work at, that there's a lot of negativity and you had never been around such positive influences and you just wanted more of that. Okay, so your wheels are turning at this point. All right, so here's what people want to know, and this is totally on the spot, so I'm sorry you didn't have time to calculate this, but let's talk about your team for a second. So you just had somebody go senior gold. Mm-hmm. And how many golds do you have?
Seriously? That is so bad. I have it wrote down and it's not in front of me.
It's not a big deal. But I mean, it's like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, at least
2 or
3
3.
probably. Yeah.
Okay. And then like
3.
lots of silvers.
Yes.
Okay.
I done counted 10 this month, and I think it's more than that. It's insane.
I want to call. Yes, that's fine. Okay, sorry. Did you say 10?
I lost count at 10 with silvers.
Okay. All right. So lots and lots of duplication happening on Terri's team. So this is the question of the night. Okay. So what are you saying? How are you getting so many people interested in what you're doing and working this business with you and the opportunity, making money? What's the magic secret? So spill it.
I mean, it just depends on each person and finding out what drives them. I mean, if somebody just wants their products paid for, and I just say, okay, that's exactly that's what I wanted. And some people don't want to sign up as an ambassador, so I explained to them the benefits of signing up as an ambassador. And I said, you never know in a month what you're gonna feel like. I said, once these products, because they will work for you, I promise you. I plug them into gut health. If they don't believe it, I'll tell them my story. I plug them in there. I tag them in all these posts. But I tell them, you're going to start feeling amazing in the next month or so. You'll start seeing more energy. You're going to want to tell your people. That's when you tell your people and you send them to me, and we'll do a 3-way chat. I'll get them on the phone, and if they don't want to work the business, if they just want to get their products paid for, I tell them, get them on the phone with me, and I'll take care of all of it. Because it kind of takes the pressure off of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they don't have to worry about knowing what to say or whatever. Yep, that's good leadership. Love it. Okay, so you're basically doing send, share, invite. And also you're planting seeds from the very beginning about the opportunity. So do you lead with the products or do you lead with the business?
I think both. I mean, they come out together. Because somebody always says, how much is this? And I said, well, it's this, but if you share with 3 people, you get around $300 this month. And they're like, what? And then I explain how that works, and they want to get that. I mean, they want to get their products paid for. Mm-hmm. So then after they get, it's crazy, especially these young people, like they are like signing these people up left and right. But after they get 3, of course, we make a huge deal because silver is a big deal. I say, okay, well, if you get 3 more, this is what happens. And then it just keeps going. And then when they start adding people, they're almost close to super silver. And I'm like, you get this bonus. I mean, it's just, I don't really lead with what the ranking and all that stuff, because that kind of blows their mind. But I think the incentive this month has been really a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so you're just incrementally leading them. It's okay if they just want their products paid for. They get their 3, then you say, okay, if you get 3 more, here's what happens. Now, if you get 4 more, here's what happens, and then onward to gold. And so that's why you have so many golds and above in such a short time, which is amazing. Okay, so your business builders, were they all automatic yeses, or did you have to follow up? Did you deal with no's? What do you do when they tell you no or they're not interested? What's been your process with these people?
I think each one's different. I won't say, she's on this call, I know, so I won't say her name, but one that has been working on her health for quite some time. She was really excited. She's been following me on Facebook, and she has been really excited about the products. She believed in the products already just from the stories that I've shared or whatever, but she was really scared of reaching out to people. And I just told her, I guess I was just really honest, but literally she made a list of like 100 people right when she ordered her stuff. Like she knew she was going to reach out, but she was scared. And so I just said to this person on this call right now that every day that you don't reach out, those people are suffering just like you have been. So don't let that stop you from helping these people, because that's what drives her. Is it's not at all about the money with her. It's about helping people. So she's overcome that fear. She signed 10 people up in the last 2 weeks.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
it's amazing. Yeah.
So it takes a leader to initiate that. And I really believe what it boils down to, Terri, is your belief in the products and your posture and your confidence when it comes to our products. It is literally unshakable. Nobody's going to convince you that our products don't work or that they're not life-changing. Nobody could come to you and say, the products aren't working for me, or I don't notice anything. I mean, that would literally be like looking at that couch over there and saying, that is not a couch. I mean,
Right.
You believe in the products. And when you believe in the products, sharing becomes natural and your posture communicates this is going to work.
Right.
And you have influence with these people. So, okay. So talk about how, when you are sharing the products with people, like, what are you saying to sell them? Are you explaining all the scientific ingredients, or like, what are you doing to get upset? What are you doing to communicate how much you believe in this?
I tell them when I message them, I tell them all the things short term, what they've done for me, like better sleep, better energy, better mood, just happier mom. I mean, I list 6 or 7 things that has helped me, and that really gets their attention. Just short and sweet. I don't go into the details of what's in it until they start asking me. But really, I mean, I really thought, trust me, I've been studying the products, but it's crazy. They don't really ask what's in them. I mean, they hear all natural. That's good enough for them. But I mean, I have been studying it. I know what's in them, but still, I mean, I just tell them what it's done for me. And we talk about their health issues. And then if I know of a story, which usually I do because I've read a gazillion stories, I plug them into those stories. I send those stories to them and get them to read it. I get them on gut health and happiness. To me, that is the best tool.
Mm-hmm. It really is a great tool. So you're using a lot of third-party validation. You're not trying to be the expert. You're not trying to answer every question about products.
No.
It's really just coming from your belief and third-party validation. Here's what it's done for me. Here's what it's doing for others. Here's what it could do for you. Mm-hmm. And then using the tools. Do you have any videos that you send people that are like your go-tos?
I mean, I send Christina's triplex video to every single person explaining the triplex.
Is that why Christina's video now has 11,000 views on YouTube? I saw it. I used it yesterday. I'm like, Christina, you are YouTube famous.
She saves me a lot of texting with that video.
It's a good video. I love it. Okay, so lots of third-party validation. I love that you said that you have read a gazillion stories, because I think that is key, because we always talk about how you've got to have like a mental Rolodex of stories, not just about the products, but also about the business. This is why watching Diamond Docs and stuff like that is so important, because when you're talking to somebody and they're telling you what they struggle with, then that reminds you, hey, I know so-and-so that this helped that issue, or you remind me of this person who had the same background and now they're really successful in the business. So having a mental Rolodex of stories is super important, and then not trying to be the expert. It really does start with your belief. And if you don't have belief, you can build it. Okay, so when we were talking the other day, you were telling me that a lot of your people start sharing because they love the products. So what do you have to say about that?
I don't know. I mean, usually about the second week, they're on board. They're wanting to share. And I tell them, I was like, they're asking me how, and I'm like, well, how do you feel? And they'll say, I just have more energy. I'm not craving as many things. I said, okay, well, take a selfie, post a real picture on Facebook and say that. Just be real about it. And they're like, because they want to copy and paste everything, which I get. I copy and paste everything too, but this is, the start of their journey. So tell everybody what you're starting with and see who wants to join you. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how many responses you get from just that first post.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So again, it goes back to belief in our products. Okay. So of all of these people that have joined you, for the products, but have started working the business. They're all ranking up to hitting big ranks, gold and senior gold. They're flying as well. And you have influence with these people. So how did you build that influence? Why is it that they trust you and that they are willing to follow you and do what you're doing?
That is hard. Why is this one hard to answer?
You need to answer this for you, Miss Humility.
No, I'm gonna try to do it. I think they just trust me. I feel like over however long I've been here, I'm 41, but anyway, I feel like I've been a good friend. A lot of my close friends, I mean, just like Delana, she trusts me. I don't know. It's hard to answer that question without sounding full of myself. I feel like I'm just a good friend and they trust me, and I don't know.
What do you think makes a good friend? What have you done that makes you a good friend?
Oh, that's funny. I can't even say. I mean, I'm just always there. I listen to them. I'm always there for them. I'm praising them. I don't know. That's hard, Brittany.
It's not hard for me because you told me some things and I'm just like, well, no wonder. I mean, no wonder she's being so successful. These people just adore her. So how about Amanda when you helped her start her business?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that, I mean, you weren't expecting this is not a Plexus business. This is just, she had a friend who was starting her own business, a retail business, and
That's
Terri
right.
saw a need and she said, hey, I'll come help you. Just volunteered out of her busy life to go and help a friend and without expecting any payment in return.
Right.
And that's the type of person that Terri is. She intentionally tries to add value to the people in her life. And she has a lot of friends that love her for lots of different reasons, just because of the value that she has added to their lives, because she's just a connector. Like she said, she listens because she cares, and she spends time with people, and she just is a really good friend. So it's not shocking to see how quickly she's grown. Anything else you want to add?
No. I'm very thankful for this opportunity. I can't believe that at 41, I just turned 41 last week, that I'm able to change everything that I ever thought. I mean, I'm setting goals that I never thought I could actually reach. So whatever fears that anybody has on this call, if I can get on here and talk in front of all y'all, if I can face the fears that I've been facing during this, then anybody can do it. I'm just excited about how much this whole opportunity has changed the way I think. I'm really excited. I'm excited about all the friends that I've made. I mean, just the whole experience is just a huge blessing.
So tell me a little bit about what you used to think versus how you think now.
Completely different. Just kind of stuck. I'm not saying I'm not happy. I mean, our home is paid for. We have pretty much have whatever we want, really. But we've just kind of, I've never really had any big goals. I like my job as much as I thought you could like a job. But it's not anything great. I don't feel passionate about it. But I think that all goes back to, I don't want to, I mean, I work in the medical field. You don't get praise. You don't get, I can't even say it without sounding like I'm dishing them, but it's just completely different than this.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that was always going to be my life. And now I don't think that at all. I'm excited about this opportunity and the fact that I may not have to work there and work in that environment for the rest of my life until I'm 65, until I retire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a good feeling, a nervous feeling, but it's a good feeling. Yeah. And the fact that I see Brittany and Christina and Michelle and April, all of them doing it is huge. It's exciting. So I'm very thankful that y'all are doing it so I can see that it can happen.
Oh, it's totally happening, girl. Totally happening.
I know. I'm gonna need all y'all's help.
All right, so you used to think that your life, what, like you just kind of accepted this is life, like, and you weren't discontent, like you like your life, you're happily married, got great kids, but you just kind of accepted this is how life is going to go. And now you're 40 years old or 41. What did you say? You were going to let me say 40. You were going to pretty sure 41. And now you're realizing that even after 40, you can literally turn it all around.
That's right.
Take a 30-year career and compress it into, well, I would say 3. For you, is looking more like 3 months. But it truly is amazing. I mean, so your, not just your life is changing, but your perspective. And one thing I loved what you said earlier when we were talking was, I said, what's the most important out of all of this, is the person that you become is going to be more important than what you gain in the pursuit of your goals. So let's just say you're a diamond ambassador. Like, the money is great, but it's not the big picture. Like, you're going to become a different person on your way there. And so Terri's response was, that's what I am most looking forward to. And she's excited to grow. She's excited to learn. You guys heard her tonight say she reads a gazillion stories. And no wonder her belief is so high, right? Apart from her own story, she reads everybody else's stories. She watches lots of training videos. She is talking to all of the people. Oh, one thing I meant to ask you, Terri, about when we were talking the other day, and you said when you see somebody's post on Facebook, like let's just say they're complaining about a migraine. I meant to add this in there. Tell me what you're saying when you reach out to that person to try to offer a solution for them with Plexus, and about not being emotionally attached.
I just tell them. I mean, I reached out to a friend, a dear friend of mine that moved away, who was having some hormone issues, and I almost didn't. But I'm like, why not? I mean, you really do have something that could change her. So why would you not reach out to them? So I just tell them, no heart. It is not going to hurt my feelings either way. But I'm just letting you know that about these products. I'll send them a story and say, I do not have this issue, or let's just say migraines, whatever. I don't have migraines, but I have a friend that does. And I send her that story or whatever and say, I just wanted to let you know that this is something that could possibly help you. And I really don't. Like, those first few weeks this started, I was scared to death to reach out. Y'all, it's amazing. After reading a few books and just praying about it, it is like God has not taken all my fears, because this is obviously a fear, but has just taken the fear of somebody saying no. Like, that does not, first off, no doesn't even mean no in this situation. That just means I'm going to ask you again next month. But all that scariness, the fear of that, doesn't even bother me anymore. I just don't get caught up in it. I have a lot of people who say, well, so-and-so didn't, I don't know, like they get upset because they say no, or they're just not getting back with them. I'm like, don't get caught up in it. It's just you just go back to them. I do not get caught up in it anymore. I did for like a few weeks. So it kind of hurt my feelings, but now I just don't. And I know I know that's where I'm supposed to be here. I know God took that from me. He took that fear of that away from me. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like he just kind of pushed me in.
Sink or swim.
Full force, yes. And like, that's why I feel like I have to run with this. I mean, I can't not put the time into it, because I know this is what I was meant to do.
That's
no doubt.
So good. That made me cry. Okay, so last question. What are your best tips for somebody who is just now, this might not be the last question because I just thought of another question. All right, so next question.
I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay. What are your best tips for somebody who is just starting their Plexus business right now?
Listen to your sponsor. If she tells you to read a book, you read the book. You don't have to spend all day reading. Just read a chapter 3 days a week and tell them what you think. I mean, that's what Christina did. She said, she didn't tell me to go read the book. She said, when you get through with that chapter, I want you to message me and tell me what it says. I'm like, oh, she gave me homework. Okay. Yeah, read the book. Go to the Monday night, call into the Monday night Zooms. That's huge. I didn't want to do that at first. It took me 3 weeks before I even turned my camera on. Gut health. Read a lot of gut health. Build that belief, because if you don't have it, you're gonna stay with just a few people under you. I mean, but yeah, do what your sponsor says, because they know.
They do. They know. Okay, so that's good. What book or books have you read at this point?
That Get Over Your Dang Self, but it don't say dang. That's a good one. Of course, I'm always reading some kind of Bible study. I'm reading Switch on Your Brain now. We're still in our network marketing book with Michelle. My Bible, of course, that's huge. And I'm going to tell y'all, last week, I shouldn't say this, but I'm just going to tell you, last week I did not get my Bible study done like as a priority because my schedule's a little bit different. And I started having negative thoughts again. So that is huge. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Listen to your sponsor, listen to Jesus, but not
right.
Okay. So this might be the last question. What would you tell somebody, what advice would you give somebody who is struggling in their business? Maybe they are struggling to develop business builders. Maybe they're thinking, well, I can get people on the products, but nobody wants to work the business with me.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, I don't know what they're saying to them.
I know what they're not saying to them. They're not saying, you need to do this business with me. They're probably not talking to them about the business, or they're not following up about the business.
I mean, I have been sharing and I mean, it was uncomfortable at first, but I've been sharing like how much I've grown over the last few months, and just, I don't know, Brittany, that's hard. Because I don't know how they're doing. Do what I just told you. Do all that.
I love it. Okay, so I think it's your posture and your belief. It's just as strong about the opportunity as
what's holding you back? Like, do you get your feelings hurt when they tell you no? Then read a book about that. I don't know. I'm so new at this. Ask me 6 more months.
I think you should tell them, be a good friend and add value to people. One, read your Bible. Number two, and just you have to be willing to talk about the opportunity. Your belief in the opportunity has to be just as strong. So would you say right now you're more excited about the products or the business?
Both.
See, that was the right answer. That was not scripted, y'all, and I knew she was gonna say that. So that's why. So
I mean, I'm more pumped right now. In a few months, I might change the answer, but I'm more pumped right now about the products and helping people. But I mean, if I get Emerald ever, I might be able to say I'm excited about the money more. But yeah, I'm just as excited about helping. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is huge. Belief and posture and confidence and integrity and willingness to reach out to people, put yourself out there and not be emotionally attached to the outcome. Terri does not feel pressure when she's having conversations with people. She does not feel any pressure at all. And she's not putting any pressure on them. She's not sitting there. Some people, they are talking to a person, completely forgetting that there is a real human being on the other side of that screen with feelings and emotions and real health needs. And all they want to know is, how do I get this person to buy? How do I get this person to order? I can guarantee you those are thoughts Terri does not have, because she believes that they need it. And so she's not afraid to share with them because she sees the value in what she's offering them. And because these people know that Terri cares about them, they trust her. All right. I'm going to unmute Christina because I know Christina's probably got things to say. And I think I made it where nobody can. Christina, you got anything to add? Oh,
Do I? I've been over here yelling at the computer. Listen, I got a lot of things to say. Not only does she not put any pressure on them, she is so excited. She literally would be dumbfounded if they weren't going to do this with her. Like it would just not even cross her radar. I mean, I could rattle off names of the girls right now on her team that are laughing because they ended up sharing before they ever even knew they were sharing because Terri was just so dang excited. I don't know. Terry's happy. Might as well do this. I can see Mandy laughing right now, like, okay, I don't know. Terri said to do it, so it must be okay. I mean, she's just excited. She has integrity. She's not going to lead her people astray. And so they're literally going, okay, you've spent the last 20, 30, 41, to be exact, years adding value. Sure, I'll follow you on this thing too. I mean, she's never given anybody any reason to not trust her judgment. She's never given anybody any reason to think that she would have some ulterior motive. So when she's saying, hey, there are things that is in this for you, people believe her. And then she delivers upon that. She doesn't leave them high and dry. She doesn't say, hey, go do this with me, and then just drop them like a bad habit. She takes them step by step by step while empowering them, saying, okay, this is what you want to do now. Here's how I do it. What do you think? She puts her, I got a lot, I mean, I keep going forever. I don't know how much time I have, but she keeps them in close proximity to this team. I mean, it's not okay that they're not going to be in the IPA chat or that they're not going to be on calls or that they're not going to be, I mean, she was dropping her new girls in a book study very early on. I mean, she just.
Another thing. That was another thing I meant to bring up is how she gets people plugged in right away because she believes so strongly in our team and the culture and the value that our team offers to people's lives that she gets them plugged in immediately.
Well, it goes back to the fact that she doesn't care about being the expert. She doesn't care about being the expert in the products, and she doesn't care about being the expert in the business. She's saying, oh, you want to be successful? I know some successful friends. Come hang out with them with me. She doesn't care anything about being in the spotlight or being the winner. She wants, literally, this is what it's like when you go to the camp house in Dublin. She wants all of the friends together, like one big Dublin friend in Plexus. That's why they're all here. She ain't leaving none of them behind. She wants everybody to do it with her. Mm-hmm. It's not really like a, hey, will you work a business with me? It's like, girl, let's do this. We can help so many people. What do you think? We should start here. What do you think? Like, she just doesn't, it's not really like an either or.
Terri, when people join, what are you doing to get them plugged in? What are you plugging them into? How are you exposing them to the culture?
Well, our team page, of course, and then gut health. I don't know what else. I'll put them in a chat with, like, if it's my downline, we have group text about the products. I don't know. I will say this is kind of just, do what?
You tell them people to follow?
Yes. Oh, and I send them videos. I'll send them videos of, I mean, if it's business-wise, I like Laurel, for example. That girl loves a video. I try to send her a video about twice a week at least. She's got notes. She's writing all the notes. I mean, some people don't want to sit down and watch a 10-minute video, but that girl wants to watch videos. So I send her videos. I'll say this, going back to getting people. Okay, so I have a few people right now that have 2 people under them, and they get kind of stuck right there. Once you get them to silver and they start seeing that money, if you can just get them past silver, like, they'll want 6 more. Like, I feel like when they're at 1 and 2, they just stay there. They're never gonna, I mean, because they haven't seen that big bonus yet. But if you can just get them past silver, and I mean, y'all, I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I have even put some of my people under them just to get them to silver. And once they get to silver, they're getting to 6. Before they know it, they're super silver. They're working the business. I have gotten a few people to do that, and they're actually working the business, because I knew once they saw that first bonus check go in, that would get them going. I mean, this is not who I did this for. I don't know if Laurel's on the call or not, but just like her, that girl's got like 27 people under her just this month on her team. She didn't know that she was going to do that.
She doesn't even have a Facebook, y'all.
She does not have a Facebook. It's insane. But she's constantly, Terri, can you welcome this person? I mean, we're I'm on my phone all day. I mean, I communicate with them all day long. If I hadn't heard from one of my main people in a day or two, I'm messaging them. I'm constantly calling them.
Mm-hmm. Calling them. Love it.
I was gonna say she does that for all of her people. She does welcome calls. She plugs them into coffee chats. We had an in-person event. I mean, Terry's been doing this business 2 months, and we've had as many in-person events together, and we live over an hour away from each other. So she's just very intentional
And if
with what she has.
if I didn't go to that event, I don't think I would even be right here if I hadn't went. Events are huge.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I'm so ready for the next one because I got a ton of people who are ready to come.
Let's do it. First week in June.
That's fine. I'm ready.
All right.
Y'all can talk at it.
Well, thank you, Terri. I promised you I wouldn't say this at the beginning of the call, but now that we're at the end of the call, you just added value to 88 people.
Oh, that's good.
She was so nervous, y'all, but I'm so, like, she did not want to do it at all. I dragged her kicking and screaming.
Like, what did I even say the first 5 minutes? That was insane. Like, I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, I do, but it was
God, everybody's loving it. Look, I'm going to leave the chat up so that you can scroll through there and read all those comments, and that will build your belief that you are a great trainer and people need to hear what you have to say.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I'm going to stop recording.